Hey, what's up, everybody? Justin here with another episode of Real Quick Hits. Anyways, I'm here to talk to you about the series finale of Arrow, the CW show. Most of you know that I am a big fan of the CW DC shows, like them far more than the DC movies. I am one of those people that I have pretty much watched all the Arrow, all the Flash, all the Legends of Tomorrow over the years. I have been in with Arrow since episode one, day one. I have watched every single one. It's one of those that I used to watch it live all the time. Then, my schedule changed, so I DVR'd things. But I have watched every episode of every season of Arrow as it's gone, all the crossovers, all that stuff. So I want to talk about how this series finally ended. It's completely bittersweet for me. Still one of my favorite of the CW shows. I enjoy the slightly more serious nature of it as compared to the more comic book feel of The Flash and the more comedy aspect of Legends. The three of those shows played really well together. But Arrow, how it ends. So spoilers coming in left and right here on you. So if you haven't watched it yet, stop watching my reaction here right now. All right, gave you your chance to leave. So it is a show that if you didn't watch the crossover, the Crisis, this year, then you're not going to necessarily be sure of how it ends, because Ali dies in Crisis. So our last two episodes don't actually involve Ali in any way, shape, or form. It's about wrapping up all the other characters. The second to last episode is actually about Ali's daughter in the future, and it kind of sets up to be its own story, its own show, maybe. It would feel very different in continuing Green Arrow, with her and without Ali, but it could work. They set up some interesting little points in that second to last episode. The last episode gets you in the feels, for a lack of another way to say it's bittersweet. I am gonna really miss the show a lot. So it really does a great job of wrapping up some of the characters. Some of them we haven't seen in quite a while. Thea is back, and we haven't seen her in seasons. We get some more Roy, who we did get the last couple seasons, but he was gone for a while. We get Ali's mom back for the last episode. We get glimpses of certain things. There are certain characters I would have loved to see them have somehow brought back a little bit. The Deathstroke character would have been very cool to bring back. Not necessarily his Deathstroke, if you will, when he was the villain, but how they used him in, I believe, like season 3, 4, somewhere in there. But it does a great job of wrapping those characters up. Of all of them, the Canaries, of wrapping up Detective Lance and just so many of them. I don't want to get too deep into it, but does a brilliant job at explaining where each character should go as their lives go on without Ali. Including, we get Felicity back, who we hadn't had all season, which was sad that she was there for all those seasons, and then contractually, I don't know what happened. I don't know if she had another show she was working on or what the case may be, but the actress who played Felicity was not there for this final season, and that was kind of a bummer, but it was great to see her in that final episode. You get a lot of really powerful, emotional moments of people saying goodbye and realizing how the Green Arrow and Ollie changed their life throughout the course of the seasons, and it's just a good send off for the character. I think the way they, left it, we could see some of these characters back. There's a couple interesting little things that occur in this final episode. I could see them doing something with Thea and the Red Hood, if you will, or the Red Arrow, Roy Harper. I could see them doing some kind of spin-off show with those two. That'd be fine. We get some stuff with some of the other characters. Like I said, we possibly have a spin-off set up for Ollie's daughter and the Canaries that we get. And the one that kind of got a little surprising for me was at the very end. We get told that Diggle and his family are going to move to Metropolis. So I'm assuming moving to the Supergirl show. And then as they're packing and leaving things up, his wife had already left with the kids, and he's there packing some stuff late at night, and he sees a meteor come from out of the sky, and it slams in the ground and blows him back into the side of the truck. And he goes over and he opens up this box, and there's a green light. At first I'm like, okay, somehow they decided to put kryptonite with him for some reason. But then it clicked to me, like, could he somehow just been given a lantern ring? Could we have just seen the birth of a new Green Lantern for the Arrowverse? That would be a whole big thing, a whole different thing. And just something very interesting to think about with everything. I hope that they find a way to bring Stephen Amell back, whether it's in flashbacks or different worlds or universes, versions of him or something, because he's just such a good actor. He's played this character so well throughout these 8 seasons. Again, gonna really miss it. Anything that you guys can think of that you'd want to talk about with Arrow? It had its ups and downs over the years. There's 1 or 2 seasons in there where it felt a little draggy on, but overall really like solid of a show for 8 seasons. And this last season just was a non-stop go. It really did a lot of stuff. It really shows how everything progressed and how this whole universe, the CW universe, grew. And we're obviously in a very new place now after the Crisis crossover. And this was kind of the wrap up for what the Arrowverse used to be in this final season, in these 2 episodes that came after Crisis. So I highly suggest, if you have not watched Arrow, go back, start season 1 and watch it. There's some great stuff, time jumps with the island and how he became the Arrow versus what he is now and all that kind of stuff. It's just some great stuff. So it ends as well as it started to me. It ends on a good note. It ends telling a story, a good story. It ends telling you these characters' lives. And that's all we can ever ask for. So now that that's gone, I'll still be watching Flash. I'll still be watching Legends of Tomorrow. I haven't been able to get into Batwoman. I've tried. It's just not working for me. And Supergirl is hit or miss. So I'm interested to see what comes next in the Arrowverse and where we're going as we go forward. So, let me know what you think of Arrow, what you thought of the season finale, of the series finale. So hit up the comments below. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's have a discussion. And this is Justin for Row Knight, signing out.
Roll 9.